All right, here's another great video. So my expectation from men who leave comments is that you must approach me with honor, respect, and high regard. Anyone who falls short of my standards will be hidden from the channel. I'm used in my real life to be treated very well by men, whether it's my father, my sons, my ex-husband, the men that I fucked for money, the subscribers on my Just for Fans, the men in my neighborhood, men at the gym, men at the coffee shop. Like in my real life, men are very nice to me, very respectful, and I like that. So are most of the men in the comments. And every once in a while, there'll be someone who's extremely triggered, who wants to humiliate, disrespect, or disregard me. And that is not acceptable or appropriate. So if you're coming to me with that kind of energy, I'm going to do the same thing that I would do to the guys who contacted me off my escort ads. But the guys on the escort ads never called me names. They would just say like, hey, are you available? And not even introduce themselves. And I would just block them. Like, that's unbecoming of a man to approach a woman with no intent, or to approach a woman with the intent to harm or disrespect. And that won't be tolerated here. So when I read the comments, if it feels disrespectful, I just mute you, hide you from the channel, it's called. Another thing I don't like is when men ask me questions. I usually just ignore or tell you that you have to pay me $50 to answer your question through Buy Me a Coffee, or I just block people. Asking me a question when you're an anonymous person, I get that you're curious, but you have to bring an offering. You want something from me, bring an offering. Offer me something of value if you want something from me. Cannot go empty-handed to take. It's very poor manners. I was raised in Germany in the 60s, and in a small town called Berenbostel. And a lot of German people don't have cars. We didn't have a car. Actually, we ended up getting a car that my dad just drove, but we would go into Hanover. My mom would take us 3 children into Hanover for shopping, and we took the bus. And on the bus, sometimes there would be an elderly person that were standing, and my mother taught us that we stand up and let the elderly person take the seat. I still do that to this day. I taught my kids to do that, to respect your elders, to treat people with respect. And some of these men who leave these comments have not learned manners or respect. And also they haven't learned a very powerful masculine quality of being calm and leadership. They're just unhinged little chaotic little things that go off at any woman leaving a YouTube video. As a woman, it's extremely repulsive, and I disdain it. I'm like, you are not a man. You're like a hyper chaotic thing. So this is just a video I want to make about the comments, and I think in general, I try to do this too, whether I'm watching a YouTube video or I'm on Twitter or wherever, is like, is this a comment? Sometimes I start writing something and then I erase it, like, no, don't say that, that's not good. Because in the quiet of our home, it seems easy to just like hurl things out because something seems upsetting. Well, what I found is best for me to do, if I'm upset, I unfollow that person. I don't want to watch someone who upsets me. I just unfollow that person. Or I decide that I do not need to leave a comment. I can just witness their post and I don't have to say anything. And also I remind myself to be conscious and present and to not become consumed by my thoughts or my anger. And I also think, is this something I would say to this person face to face, or am I going to be embarrassed if this person saw me and knew who I was? Is this the best version of me? And, you know, some people say really controversial things. It's easy to go off on people sometimes, but that's not the best of who we are. And like I said, I expect men to come to me. I'm a woman. I'm a powerful woman living from the heart. And when you speak to me, you must speak from the heart. In order to have access to leaving comments, you must speak to me from the heart, which is with love, honor, and regard. And so many of you do. I love your comments. Some of you put so much energy into your comments. Like you write complete paragraphs with good grammar and punctuation. You add to the conversation. You can disagree with me all you want, except on Ukraine. I do not tolerate disagreement on Ukraine. You're going to be hidden from the channel. If you think that Russia invade Ukraine for no reason, you're hidden from the channel. If you think that it's okay for Israel to kill the Palestinians, you're going to be hidden from the channel. And if you think that Karen Reed killed John O'Keefe, you're going to be hidden from the channel. Okay, so that's it. Because I need you to have some brains, okay? Otherwise, I don't. But on anything else, you can have your own opinions, share your opinions. And so many of you do. So many of you give me like great things to think about, share your own stories. And I really appreciate that a lot. I really do. So, yeah, there's so much chaos in the world. And the US government is creating so much war and animosity, you know. And like I said, peace starts at home. I didn't say that, I'm saying it now. Peace starts at home. So we need to start treating each other with more love and regard so that it can filter up to our leadership. It has to start at the grassroots and how we treat each other. We can't expect our president to start thinking about peace when we're all fighting about who's right or who's wrong and leaving each other nasty comments. It has to start at the grassroots. Like, is this the best version of me right now? I think that we have to remember some honor, some regard, some respect for each other, you know. And unless someone is attacking you personally, there's no reason to attack someone. Okay, and a lot of these guys going off, I didn't say anything to them. I'm just here living my life, making my videos, and they go into some rage attack. Ladies, never date a guy who leaves nasty comments on someone's social media or YouTube. Those guys are a walking red flag of anger. Not good relationship material. So peace starts at home and how we treat each other. So if you know, I see things that trigger me, I unsubscribe. It's not good for me to be triggered. I unsubscribe and I go to where I get some knowledge, some entertainment, something interesting. That's where I go. Places where I don't get triggered, you know. But, you know, there's always something I'm working on. Like, how can I deal with it when I'm triggered? Well, a lot of it is just avoiding the situations that trigger. Sometimes we're just triggered because these people are not right for us. They're causing chaos or they're not well suited to our energy. Then just go elsewhere, you know, easy. So again, thank you so much for watching my video. And I should call this something about honor and regard. I gotta think of a good title.